Alright, welcome to my YouTube channel. That is Miiro Classic Body's house, located in Entebbe. I have guests. I don't know where they are coming from. I don't know their names. So they will tell you more about that. Anyway, do you mind if you if you introduce yourself to my YouTube viewers?
Hello, my name is Oskar, coming from Sweden. Here in Uganda on some holidays. I'm meeting my girlfriend Christine.
Oh, you mean Christine is here with you? Okay. Oh yeah, anyway. So that's life. I know Christine booked the place, booked Classic Body's house, I remember. And I don't know why she booked. She had reasons. I know, and you shared some reasons, right?
Yeah.
Did you share?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you mind if you share with us why you booked Classic Body's?
I guess it's a little bit coincidence. We just wanted
Okay.
one night somewhere, and we found this.
Okay. Because I know sometimes it's disturbing crossing the lake, coming visits. Yeah. How do you feel about crossing the lake?
Crossing the lake to get here, it was a bit of an adventure. So we were a bit scared, but we thought like we need to do it. We need to, not be so comfortable all the time. We need to cross the lake.
Yeah, actually, that's life. Wherever you're traveling, is sometimes you need to leave your comfort somewhere else.
No.
That's part of traveling. So you don't need to be ready. I remember you had some questions yesterday about the Classic Body's, the construction we did here.
Yes.
Do you mind sharing with us? I'm here to answer your questions about everything you feel like asking.
How did you first get the idea to build a house with plastic bottles?
Oh, that's a big question. My first idea is actually it came to my mind after, I think by then I was still at university, some 7 years back. Then, because in Uganda you have challenges of plastics, you see. People, when someone takes water, mostly with bottles, they dump bottles everywhere, wherever, so the only alternative I had was to put those bottles into use, right? But how? It was the question now. How? So, and you know the challenges with those bottles, they go to trenches, they block trenches, blah blah, so many things. They bring so many bad things in our country. So, at first my idea was to make a boat. Out of those, because when I came to this place, because we are near the lake, I saw so many boats crossing. So I said, if I make a boat out of this, it could easily hold people. And with plastic and water, it can easily float. That's what I thought. So I made one prototype, the second prototype. The first one was so small, then I went on enlarging it. But when it became bigger, my physics stopped there because it was sinking all the time, wherever I load it. So my physics was so less. So I thought of what should I do to replace that. So I came up with that idea of constructing using those bottles. But at first I didn't know all the technique. Again, I just got the bottles, I started building like that. In most cases when I'm doing my projects, I start with prototypes. It got to cracks after like few days. Said, now, what is this? Then I went back on Google, asked so many questions, they gave me directions. That if you're doing this, you have to do this, that to fill it with soil. So those bottles are filled with soil fast, to avoid the compressions. So I did that, and it came out well. So the first time I constructed, when I went online, I found that they do like, you see this first hut? In Nepal they construct the way, that's the way they construct in Nepal. Then the other one is my own way. I think in the whole world is the only one facing like that. That is my idea. This one, I try to join my idea and that from Nepal. That's why one of these rooms is called Nepal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So that's where I got the idea. I started constructing. So here I am. And as well, I wanted to show people you can put plastic into use. In most cases, waste become waste when you waste it. You see? You waste your waste when you waste it. But someone can put it into use, right? Yeah. So mostly that. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
So are these, you told me about Nepal.
Exactly.
Is this, so these two are not the only plastic bottle houses
Exactly,
in the world?
because in Nepal they have a challenge of earthquake.
Oh.
And with earthquake, it's hard to take it down. Like this one can easily be taken down with earthquake.
Oh.
Because if you shake it, get cracks, go down.
Oh.
And with plastics, with those bottles, they don't crack because it's plastic,
Yeah.
right? So that's why the idea was, in Nepal they were doing it like that. So me, I did like that, but now I know why. Because in my head I was asking, why do they face them inside?
Oh.
So I tried to do my own,
Oh.
but now I know why they are faced inside.
Okay.
Because those lids are made out of a very soft membrane, soft product, unlike these ones. So wherever you see on top of those lids, they have holes. It's the effect of sun and sunshine. Now these ones,
Oh.
you see the effect when
I see.
this is the effect of sun.
I see.
So now there's a reason why they face them inside than facing them outside.
Oh.
See, there's a big reason. So that in future, I want to make this another opportunity. I want to fill them with mortar here. Then I put some designs on the tops like this to look beautiful.
Ah.
Yeah, to solve this issue.
Okay. I
Exactly.
see.
So you're saying that it's not a good idea to do it when the lids are facing outside.
Out. Unless otherwise, if you have another alternative, for example, as I've told you that you fill it with mortar or something else, then you can do something artistic out of it.
Okay.
So this one is spoiled.
How do you make this mortar?
Oh, that is easy. Just mixing sand and cement plus water, like mortar. So easy. So easy. Yeah. And the roof, actually, the ideas I told you, I wanted to show people like you can use these are local materials to make buildings. This roof, this is papyrus. This one grows in every swamp.
Okay.
So you can easily use this to roof instead of having iron sheets. Because iron sheets, they are expensive and these ones are free.
Ah.
So it's all free. You can get it anywhere.
So you're saying instead of making bottles facing outward, you can do it like this, the Nepal
like
style.
This. Yeah, like this. This one will face inside, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when they face inside, it's very easy, and I mean that they make a very beautiful design. You see that? You see the design? They make different designs. Unlike that one is only one design outside.
Ah.
See?
Here you have different
Exactly.
shapes.
So different shapes, and you don't need to plaster. You just need to make it firm in the sides. That's all. See? So good and easy.
Yeah.
So that's it for the plastics, and then I believe people take the idea and I know we'll come up with something bigger. If everyone takes this idea, this plastic will be nowhere to be.
How long has this house hold for you to stay up?
It has been here. It's heading to 5 years now.
What's the biggest challenges with it? Where is it cracking mostly?
No. With construction,
Oh.
the biggest challenge is filling them with soil. That's the biggest one.
Okay.
Because you need to pick them, then you fill them with soil and they become a bit hard. You see these ones? Because just not just putting them, but you compact them like hard, so hard. So it becomes so hard like a snow. So that's the hardest part. But in general, that's the easiest. Because we constructed this in only 3 days. 3 days. No, that's what.
3 days.
That's what. And it would have been like 1 day if we were using the good cement, the water cement, which they use for constructing bridges. It would be 1 day. But we had to wait for it to dry,
Okay.
That's why it was 3 days. So easy.
Oh.
Yeah. So easy. Yeah.
So Scott, do you think?
How does it look from inside?
Exactly. Let me show you how it looks like.
What do you think of the idea of making houses in plastic bottles?
Wow.
Yeah, when I saw the hotel on booking, plastic bottle houses, I was not expecting plastic bottles.
What did you think?
I thought like, what? That's a funny name. But
Oh, you thought it was just plastic bottle as a name. Didn't have anything to eat.
yeah, I was a bit like, what is he meaning? But now I see you can actually build a house with plastic bottles.
So I take you inside, I see.
Okay.
You see this? This guy?
Yeah.
Wow. It's fine.
Oi.
So inside looks like
Okay.
yeah. You see?
I see.
Wow.
They look like this inside.
That's inside.
Exactly. So good. You can easily organize these according to the color of these leads. Yeah. Other people put strings within to tighten them, but for me, after my good research, I feel like they make no good use. So that's why I didn't put the threads around. Yeah. But other people do it, but it makes no sense for me. Yeah.
Hey, you can definitely see the difference. This is holding very good inside here.
Exactly. So you see, you compact it and it's hard like that.
Oh.
So hard.
How many bottles is this house?
This one has 8,000 bottles.
8,000?
Exactly. 8,000 bottles. So you collect one by one, you make 8,000 bottles.
8,000 bottles.
Exactly. 8,000 bottles.
Have you noticed any difference between bottles and bottles, or are they the same?
The different bottles?
Oh.
Most bottles are the same. The only challenge is, the only difference is the design. The way we've seen outside.
Yeah.
That's the only design. But otherwise, most bottles are the same. This material is almost the same. Because now these are different types of bottles. This is so hard. But they all have the same material.
Oh.
So hard. Yeah. They have the same material. And the material is really good. It lasts for 200 years, something plus. Okay. Imagine if it's in a trench or in the lake. Wait for it. 200 years and has been decomposed.
Oh, okay.
That's trouble.
And then it's there destroying.
Exactly. That's trouble for the environment.
Do you think I come from a cold country?
Yeah.
Where you need to isolate your houses. Do you think it's possible to build with plastic there also?
Exactly. Why don't? Because it's a cold country, and with the plastic, you know how plastics behave. It goes with the environment. If it's hot, goes hot. Cold, goes cold. Like that. You see? And good enough here, we put soil inside, so to avoid the coldness coming in anyhow. It's like the heat. This soil contains heat, right? And also the coldness the same way. You feel hot here because of this iron sheet. You see this?
Oh.
And in the other one, it's different because it's
Grass thatched.
yeah, grass thatched. But these ones, they're always cold. If it was like, it had a ceiling, it would have been fine. Yeah. So in cold countries, good.
Okay.
So don't hesitate to construct one at home.
Okay, yeah, it's an interesting idea.
Submission.
Exactly, it's a good one. So, did you find anything amazing at Plastic Buddha's house?
Yeah, it's a bit of a revolution idea. It's like very interesting when someone is brave to think new.
Oh yeah, so that's the life we have to live. And the challenge is, people are used to normal ways of constructing houses, and when they see this, they feel like it's disturbing. And this world, people like easy things. They don't like disturbing things.
Okay.
And that's the nature of humans. So you don't blame people. Yeah, but we have to fight our weight and make people believe in our innovation. Yep.
And build a house circular, it's no problem, or?
No problem. The only challenge with building a circular house, it has less space than a triangular or rectangular.
Okay.
It has less space. And designing it is very hard. I mean furnishing it, putting everything inside, it's really hard for a circular house than this square or rectangular. That's the only challenge, furnishing it. But building and the beauty, good. Yep. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you for showing me this.
Thank you.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah, thank you as well. Thank you for visiting Plastic Buddha's house.
Okay, David, like if you think about the costs, compare the classic
Building.
bricks and stuff compared to plastic bottles.
Actually, the cost, the other ones are cheaper. First of all, with a brick, you have to buy the brick, right? Afterwards, you need to paint. Another way, you need painting and plastering, like covering the bricks, because they don't look good when they're like on top. You see, if you've seen our structure, you don't need all those things. So, with the simple calculations, you can easily know that. All the other cost is gone.
Okay.
You see? So shortly, you save.
You can save money by building in plastic bottles.
Exactly. You save a lot. You save the environment and you save money. Yes, exactly. So as long as, and the bottles are free of charge. You pick them everywhere. You don't buy them, and the brick you need to buy one by one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So.
And what about you and your projects in the future? Do you have any more projects with plastic bottles?
Mostly I want to develop it more. Actually, I've done so many projects, mostly in Uganda, Kenya, and as well Rwanda. But I want to construct a bigger house out of those, a store building out of the plastics. So it will be bigger. Next time you come, you'll find a huge house out of those plastics.
How long have you got in your thinking process? Do you have a design already, or?
I already have a design.
You have a design?
Very well.
Okay.
Because it will be a mixture of those bottles and some walls with this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but one building. And it will be right there.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
I'm looking forward to visiting.
Yeah, exactly. So.
It's done in a couple of years, maybe?
Exactly. Just like 2 years to come. Yeah, I'll be starting my project. Because it's huge and I needed to collect resources. Yeah.
And what do people think about when they get here and see these plastic houses? What is their general opinion?
Oh my God, everyone thinks differently. Everyone gets his own opinion.
Okay.
Everyone thinks differently. Others are, most people get like so amazed. To an extent, they call me maybe for organizations. What I go and train their people. I train the organization how to do it. But after seeing me online, they come to my place and always I do that.
Have you seen other plastic bottles in your life? This is the only you have seen in your own life by your own eyes.
Like the plastic, the structure?
Oh.
Yeah, for the structures, it's only these ones.
Oh.
But I've met an innovative guy, I think was coming from Germany, an architect. He was making the bag locks, the locks on the bags, you see, using these plastics. So he was melting them, making very innovative ones. When I met him, he came here to visit me to see how we can collaborate and see. So it was also another experience. So Oskar, what do you think we should do with plastics in this world? In your opinion? Because I believe you might be having the same challenge at home somehow with plastics.
In my country, we have this recycling system, so you get small money for every bottle you collect.
Okay.
And it's kind of an effective system because the kids and the people who wants to get some extra cash used to collect, sweep out all the bottles, recycling them. And how it's financed is like you pay for it. When you buy a new bottle, you pay the recycling and you get it back when you recycle it.
Okay.
So if you recycle your own bottle, plus minus zero. If you take someone else's bottle, lying on the ground, you get plus. And if you don't recycle it at all, your own bottle, you get minus. It's a fair system. But that's only for bottles. It's not only for other plastic garbage. I don't know what to do about that actually. But you have already a recycling system in Uganda, I heard, but I don't know if you get enough cash for every bottle.
Not enough, but at least they are there. You know, Chinese are everywhere, so they are recycling everything.
Okay.
At least they are trying their best. But the challenge is they don't take the spoiled bottles; they take good bottles, which doesn't have trashing, which are not dirty. They must be clean and like that. So.
That's so tricky.
Exactly. So.